Hi, nice to meet you. I see probably the most or a lot of you guys I know. So, but I will present me quickly. So, my name is Jochen. I am the CEO and today of i-Vertix. And today, yes, as Gerhard said, I try to show you what you can do with the i-Vertix business intelligence. And so we will do this in the i-Vertix Academy. So it's mostly a practical session. But I give you before we start with the practical session a quick overview about the general about the solution. And as Gerhard said, feel free to write the questions into the chat. So at the end, we will try to respond to your questions, and so that hopefully you had a good session and you have all information that you need. Great. So let's start. So first step, what I want to try to explain is to give you a quickly overview. So for what we have done this development, in case if you like more information on that, for long-term reporting and also to have a reporting with KPIs that you don't find normally into the monitoring solution into i-Vertix, but also on other solutions. Normally these KPIs probably are not there, but here we calculate and we show and we give you everything. So the goal is then to give you information that you can have on a high or on a top level. You can see what is going good, what is going wrong, where you have some issues, where maybe you have some bottlenecks, or where you need to invest in resources or whatever. So reporting to take decisions mainly. We have different reports, so for different areas like availability, SLA, and so on, reports regarding performances, reports regarding network or storage, or also VMware is there inside, or power consumption, so how many power I spend into my data center or for my IT, reports regarding capacity planning, trending, and saturation forecasting. So different reports. For them, the people that knows our solution, they know that we have a plugin store where we give you all the, let me say, the plugins, technologies that we support for monitoring reasons. We have added here a report store. So into this report store, we give you the reports, we give you updates on the reports, or even when we create a new report, you can find it, you can download it and use it. So easy, like the plugin store. On the reporting, you have the possibility to do your branding. So that means you can put your logos and inside the report, and then they will generate it with your custom logos. We support different output formats, so not only PDF, we have reports in Excel, maybe also PowerPoint or Word, but obviously probably also HTML5 could be a good output source. So here I give you only some quick raw examples of the reports. Then in the session we will see it in detail. So this is one page, but the reports are then quite longer about some availability, about let me say, this is a nice report. I will show it then later, which we can measure how quick you respond to incidents or to failures, and how quick you can respond to solve them. So here an example about the power consumption and so on. As you can see, they are quite graphical, so they are not so still technical, but they bring all the useful information in a graphical way. So easy to read, easy to understand. The goal for this module is that with the business intelligence, which we want to give the right information for, let me say, IT decision maker people, or maybe also people in the people, let me say, from the management. So not the daily infos, daily problems, because all the daily business for the different, let me say, stakeholders you have in the alerting or in the dashboard panel. But this is then, yeah, the our solution to bring the people, to bring this information and KPIs to the decision makers, and to bring strategic that we can support strategic in decisions with KPIs and facts. I try to give you a quick overview about what's the architecture, and then we will dive into the solution. So the architecture here, you know, we have our central manager. This is the where you every one of you is working, and it's the web GUI especially, and you can use it to configure, to visualize, and whatever. And then we have, as you know, the polars, and we have on the, let me say, on our cloud, there is the service which is offering the portal. We call it portal service. So you know it from the plugin store. So all the everything that you see into the plugin store is coming from this object or from this service here in the cloud, on our cloud. And also the report store is connecting to this system. So he brings the services for both stores, plugins and reporting. For the business intelligence, we have decided to have a dedicated virtual machine. That means it's not inside the central. So dedicated because we had created a data warehouse. Let me say, so this means a dedicated database where we have all the data aggregated for the reporting reasons, with the KPIs and all the rest are calculated in this data warehouse. So there are daily, or let me say nightly, jobs that are running. So these are ETL jobs. They copy the daily data from the central system, and they will do a lot of work to data aggregation, KPI calculation, and so on this data warehouse, on this dedicated server. And the reason why we have done this is as we have also quite huge and large systems, we want the goal was to not have a performance impact on the live system, on the monitoring system, only because we are calculating data or you are generating reports and so on. So, but that means if you have this service, or if you like to add this service, we can give you, as you know, virtual appliance. You import them into your hypervisor, and then it's only a matter of configuration. This normally takes 5 or 10 minutes, and then the system is up and running. But all the GUI, all the reporting GUI, all the reports and so on are still shown here in the central, so you don't have a second GUI, it's everything integrated. Great, so that's a quick overview about the solution and about the architecture. Now I try to show you how the system looks, how you can use the system, and how you can use it, what you can do with the system. So I need to, where is it? I need to stop this sharing, and I need to share now here another screen. Great, so this is one of our cloud systems, but on this cloud system we have also a demo area. So I show you what we have on the some reports from our demo area, where we have, let me say, systems from our side, something. It's not huge, but to give you an overview. But before we do this, I try to show you here the report store. So it's similar. So you see we have the plugin store, we have the report store. Here we have all the reports inside. On this system, all the reports are just installed for every report, you can have the details about what this report, what kind of information this report will provide you. You can see which kind of output formats we support. And normally we have also, let me say, one preferred output, so for which the report is customized maybe, or it's not customized, it's optimized, let me say. For example, here, this is another example here. As you can see, this here is, for example, only supported for Excel. So, but then you have all the information. And if we have a new update, we will show you inside that you have an update, and you can click the button and say and update the report. And you have also inside the report here, then let me say again how it's called, history. So about what kind of works in the new version was done. We have here some settings. So these are the settings that you can use to, let me say, to handle your data warehouse, to handle the retentions and so on. So one is here. You can see normally here inside you see a log file where you can see that that the data from the productive system, from the central system, was elaborated. So and if something is here maybe missing, or we have some problem, then here you will have some error, but you can fix the error normally autonomously. And as when we implement the business intelligence, automatically there is also a monitoring host on for this BI, and this also will gives you an alert if something is wrong with, maybe if some data are missing or something like them. So you don't need to go every day there. So it's under monitoring, and the system, when there is some issue, will give you an alert. But here you can do and check and see also how many time he need to do. We have here, this is a quite important thing. So you can, for example, here set up some ATL informations. The most important here probably is the time period. So this is quite important when we are calculating SLA or other reports regarding your, let me say, quality or regarding your availability. So you are able to define different SLA levels. So you can have in this case, we have only a 24/7, but you can have a 84/5, you can have a 8/6 or whatever you like with your custom hours and so on. And you can add then this additional, let me say, time periods to the ATL job. And then we will calculate also regarding these time periods, all the statistics. So that means you can have here SLA calculation for your systems regarding your custom times or time slots. Another important thing is here you can set up here the different retention periods. So once is we have the raw data, so from the system. That means if we look on this system here, we can take a look here on the platform status. So for example, here we can see that we have on this system here more or less 2,000 megabytes of data. So only performance data are more or less more than 50 millions. And so these 50 millions every day we ship to the data warehouse, but we take it only for one day, because then we have different aggregation levels. So we calculate aggregation levels hourly, daily, monthly. And here you can set then, okay, the hourly data I want to take for 3 months, the daily data for 6 months, the monthly data for 3 years. So that means you can, with the monthly data, you can have reports that show you information about the last 3 years, if you like. So you can set up here this or customize if you need these informations. Then also here inside, we have a receiver or a receiver configuration. This means this is you can, when you create reports, you can also schedule the reports, and you can send the reports by mail. And here we have the SMTP configuration inside, which we will send then the mails if you need it. So these are mainly, let me say, settings that you normally set up at the start, at the beginning. Probably, maybe then you need, maybe you have then something additional to set up here about the time periods, but the rest normally you set up or you define when you start up the system. Then let me say we have here also the receivers. That means on the receivers, but here I try to show it on another user. So where is it? I go there. So you can see I am still on the same system. As you can see, it's the same URL, but here with another user. So here I have 5,000 hosts. Here I have 26 hosts. So this is now only to show our demo area. And here, for example, for the BI, you will find here under the reporting, you will find here the business intelligence area. And here we have the possibility to create new reporting jobs, manual, scheduled, as you like. And now I give you a quick overview. So on this system here, we have here some hosts, as you can see. So these are hosts from our side. We have some host groups. So we have, for example, here host group like PGUM headquarter. And we have, for example, these hosts inside this host group. We have also some host categories. So, for example, we have here a host category for the hosts that we have on AWS, for example, or we had a host group for the hosts that we have on our data center in Bolzano. So these are only some examples, but the host groups and the host categories now become an additional value when we are creating the reports. So that is also important for you to know that you could set up host groups and host categories. Also, not why you will filter for them or why you will use it for the dashboards, but also to have aggregated reports on the BI. So let's try to start with the first report. So I can create here a new job, and you can have jobs as many you like. So we can give a name on the job. So now let's see. We have here our reports. So I try to give an example here with this incident remediation. This is a nice template, a nice report regarding how quick and fast you are working on the problems. So here, for example, we can call it PGUM, I don't know, service quality. Okay, so this is only the job name, and here we can give the system a report name. So the report name and the report title will be also inside the report, and you can have here, I don't know, PGUM. Yeah, I call it identical, so it doesn't matter. If you like, we have also two teams at the moment, so you can have the report in our blue or in our orange, or maybe in the future we will add some additional teams. And here you can see, here you have the logo. So this is our default logo, but it's up to you. You can add a new logo, you can upload the new logo, give them a name, and then you can select the logo. So I don't know what you like to have it on the report. So now we will use here our logo, and here I will select the access list group. So when you have a system which different privileges for different users, then you can select here through the access group which user group can see this job, can use this job, and so on. So, and here we can set up also which output we want to have. So you can see here PDF, it's here selected automatically because this probably is the preferred output. You can see Excel for this report is not available, but we have also additional maybe HTML file or HTML5 file. So I can also here set up not one, but I can set up also more than one and have the report in different outputs. So now what we need to do is to tell here on the parameter side what we want to show. So once again, here we can set up the access level group. So if you have different access level groups, so this here, the access group here has just an impact on which hosts will be shown. So in the report, and here I can for now tell the system, okay, show me, I want to select here one or more than one host groups. So I use here, for example, I show this, the report showing this host group, and here I can tell, okay, show me here this both host categories inside the report. So we have let me say we are matching against these datas. So against these, let me say, groups. Save. I have created now a new report. So this is a manual report in this case. But now when I can try to start it, the report, and here when I start it, I can select here. So for how many time I want to have data inside. So I can tell the system, oh, show me the last week. So the report now will be start. So now the system is querying the data warehouse. The data warehouse is generating both the reports, and here you can see now it's just finished, so it's quite quick here. Even I can do then the same with 4 weeks or 2 months. It's quick again. And now you can see here we have 2 outputs. So let's open output here in HTML. Okay, he will save it. Let's try with PDF. So maybe then he will open it. What I have inside here, my download it. Okay. So download, and now anyone can see these download files. Yeah, it's okay. So I have now here my report, but now I try to do the same with the web page, and maybe then we can see it. Yeah, save it again. So maybe we can see the web page here better on the browser. So here you can see this is the report title, the logo. Here you can see with the time frame and the SLA. So in this case, we have only this SLA. And now you can see here, for example, this data. So that means we have here, oh, this is empty. This is not a good example. Let me see why. Maybe we will, last day, so give us more data. So we will download, we use the HTML, save it, still empty. Oh, something I have done wrong. Let me see what we have wrong. So this is a nice demo effect. Why they are not filled. I try to do it without them. Let's say, so maybe it's some issue on the data. Let's do it again. So maybe we have done some, for 2 days this was working. So maybe, yeah, on this demo system, we are a little bit playing. So I don't have done a test
no
today
problem.
on this.
We're cutting this from the registration then.
Thank you. So here you can see now we have some data. So that means here we have data about acknowledge. That means, you know, on i-Vertix, when you have an issue, you can acknowledge. That means you can tell the system, okay, I will start to work on an issue. And here you can see we had, for example, 87 critical events. We don't have a host down event, so all the host was still up, so there was no event in this time frame here in the last 4 weeks. But we have some critical events, we have some warning events, and some unknown events. And as you can see, no one has done an acknowledge, because this is a demo system, and yeah, it's monitored, but we are not working to, how can I say, we are not using the system here in a productive way. So no one has done an acknowledge, but you can in the real life then here see, for example, in maybe how many issues was acknowledged in 5 minutes, in 15 minutes, and so on. So in different time frames, and also these time frames you can set up. So that means you can define these time frames here into the reporting. The acknowledge level here, they are in seconds, so you can change this if the 5, 15, and so on, you don't like it. Then we have here a second section for the resolution. That means when the problem was solved. The problem for us is solved when the service turns green. So okay, or the host goes up. And also here, as we don't have down hosts, there are no resolutions about the host events, but we have some resolution time about the service times. And here, for example, you can see that for about these 87 problems, 85% was solved into an hour. Then you have also here different time frames, and still we have 3% or 3 problems open still yet. So from this 87, so this is a measure how quick you will solve some problems, or you are able to solve some problems. And here you can see also in the report then that, for example, here we are calculating some KPIs. So they are then at the end of the report, we have here also an indicator of how they are calculated. So what means mean time to restore service, mean time between failures. So these are KPIs used in, let me say, in the IT to identify how often a problem will return, or how long is the timing for them. And so we have now also here this for the different statuses and for the different categories. And here you can see then also the services with the longest timings that are on the systems. So now let's go back to our job. So this is a manual job, and as you have seen, I can run with custom, let me say, also with custom dates, and I can run it manually whenever I like. But probably you don't want to run every job manually, so you have the option to schedule it. So that means you can tell the system, I don't know, send this report here weekly, and or monthly, depends on what you like. So I can also here select more than one. So I can have a weekly report, I can have a monthly report. When I select here the weekly report, I have here a slider. So I can then tell the system, so how long should be, when I send the weekly report, how long should be the time frame that I want to show. So that means I can tell, okay, show me in every weekly report the data for the last 2 weeks, or only for the last week. So if it's weekly, maybe it makes sense last week. So I have still every Monday the report generated with the data from the week before. And as I told you just before, we can also send the report. I can additionally here create a receiver. That means I can tell here the system, I can give here, I can create a receiver. So maybe I will create here i-Vertix demo. I can on the receiver, I can how can I say, define on which destinations I want to send my the report. So I will send it here, for example, on this destination, and I will send it on Gerhard Schenk in a copy, and you can add here many people as you like. So you can also add here then additional let me say peoples. I can have here a template. The template is also, you can change the template. So we have here now this template, and that means it's in English. So here there are inside some variables that allows you. So the mode is your here that you have the right name inside, and then this mail will be sent to you, and I can add also on a single job more than one receiver. So you are also quite flexible to send the email on different destinations, not only here, just here you have different destinations, but you can have also different groups of destinations, so receivers. And now I have a report that it's scheduled. That means this report now will next run here start next week on next Monday on 6 April in the morning, so 6 a.m. because here the schedule was scheduled for 6 a.m. So that means when you wake up, you should have probably the report, and you will have it in both here in both outputs formats. Here also we have a report history. That means you are also able to access all the reports that you have run in the past. So this job now will produce reports continuously every week, and then you will see here the details, and then you can see here also, for example, here I can newly go and tell, okay, show me here the report from the last week or whatever, and as we have seen, this was empty. If I am fine, yeah, so this is the same one, but you have this option, and you can have all the history about the reports that you like. Let's create another report. So let's create, for example, a report about, I don't know, VMware. So only to give you an example. So here we can VMware. So we have not a vCenter. We have only a single ESXi here on our lab. This is Pigum ESXi standalone, whatever. So I select here PDF, should be okay. I will go here, and now I will configure. So I have here different options. The options that we have, they are depending on the report. So now I will select also, the system ask me, okay, select me from which folder you want to do this, and here select me the container which contains, let me say, the VMware data that we have. Here you can then tell, okay, you have a lot of custom settings that you can tell, oh, hide, I want to hide the details about the virtual machines, but I can tell, so I can hide it or hide, so I can tell, no, show me also the details about the virtual machine. And now we have created a new manual report. Let's see if this will work. So I will run it here for the last months and download. And now we have here, hopefully, I need to go to another user, just a second. I need to go here probably to this user. So this user here is not working well, so on the demo system. So let's try again, report template, or let's do here the host inventory. So it's similar, but this is a good example about an Excel report, inventory, demo. Only for us here. Here you can see we have different ACLs. Now we will select here again and here we can have when I don't select here host groups and folders, so that means we should have, it's not mandatory this, so I should have everything inside. but it should be also available here. So let's see. So where is it? Excel demo. Yeah, so let's start the report. And here the report now is running. He has produced an Excel file. We will download the Excel file. We will open it. I said the problem was probably before because I had opened a browser session in as incognito. So here it's working better. So here you can see an example of our report in Excel. So you can see we have here a lot of sheets. The report is also, the Excel files are formatted well. So here, for example, we have the inventory. So you can see these are all the hosts that we have on the system using these permissions, hosts that are enabled, disabled, and so on which poller they are running. We can see here the templates, the host templates that the different host has attached. So you can see, for example, I can show it here. Let's go there. So if we see here, for example, one of them, so I will open here the, what could be here nice, the Palo Alto, the firewall, for example. So let's see here, firewall. So here you can see these are the template that we have attached to this host. Here you can see these templates again assigned, and here you can see additional which templates are inherited from the other templates. So, and you can see they are also grayed a little bit out, so you know quickly which is inherited and which not, but also you can filter for them. And similar, then you can see here the different host macros, so the different settings that you have on your hosts done. So when there are some settings with password, they are also here not visible, but all the other macros and settings are there, and you can see the single information. You can see here information about host configuration and so on. So as you can see, quite a detailed report and nice or well formatted reports, and you can have them automatically or manually as you like inside the system. So let's go back here to the BI. We have here also a section about the reports. So that means on this section you can see the history of all reports manually or automatically. Doesn't matter what they are, when they are created, in which parameters was selected, if there was receivers, how many times the system took to generate the reports. So let's see here, we have also the energy consumption. That's maybe nice to see. So I will open it without regenerating it, but they have some data inside, hopefully. So let's open. So here, yeah, this is old data from April to October, but here you can see the data on how many power consumption the system has consumed during these months. And on the report, you can set up also, let me say, what's the value about the consumption in kilowatts, so the euros, and so the system then will also take it to calculate for you what's the impact in euro and not only in energy. And here, for example, you can see on our system, it's quite same, but you have this on different reports. You can see here the last, for example, the last 30 days. So the consumption here, as you can see, it's quite similar or quite equal. But here we offer also to have a visualization on an hourly base, and this could be interesting because here you can see maybe that during some hours you consume more energy that maybe on other hours. So this allows you also maybe then to optimize your energy consumption. or you can see which system are consuming more energy than other systems, and so on. And here we have then the different events. So this is normally, the different, let me say, the detail about all the reports with all the, also here to have the access to them to see in detail to see also the history about them. So to resume, it should be quite easy. You will create a job, you select the report, you will set up here the parameters based on the report, on the template. So when we use here host group availability, also here everything which is required, it is in red. We need to have the access group here again. We have only 24/7 here, and now let's see here again this report here. And when we don't want, or if you like to schedule it, select here the schedulation. This is only monthly schedulation, but you can tell here, oh, show me the last 6 months. I would send it to here or not. So you can select, and then you can save. Let me say, you can save the report, and you can have it then manually or scheduled. Availability. Here is something that we have just done. So let's see if this will work. So let's see here the last 6 months generated. We will open. And we will see here, for example, now about this data here. We have here the availability. So we have here on the host more or less 100%. That's nice. And we have on the services 98.90%. Still, remember, for this SLA, but you can change it. And here you can see then the details about so we have the host group, and here you have the details. So how is the availability in base of your category? So they can be different. And then you have here the details about the categories. And here you can see the different timings on the different months when you had some exceptions and so on. And you can see here also how they are, and let me say, evolving, or when you have here different categories, how they are performing, and see all the details. And for example, and see here then also the top, let me say, hosts for unavailability, for service problems, and so on. And that gives you an idea what are the systems with the most problems, and so on. Great. So this is how you can use. I hope you have seen it's quite easy. You don't need to work on the data. So that's, I think, an important thing. So as you have seen here, we don't have done some customization that then will out of the box came out data from energy consumption and so on. This because this will happen automatically, because we have here the templates and some categories that came to you automatically through our plugin store, where we have the right aggregations, and we know from our monitoring system what should be the different, let me say, performance metrics. So you don't need to care about these things. You can start to use it quickly, and you will have you can benefit from this information.